So so
Yeah.
so you're saying you're going through a little bit of a small life
Yeah,
crisis ish.
kind of like a bit of an issue. Just trying to figure out like what I want to do with my life and kind of do I want to continue, do I not want to continue
I
and
mean, you're
stuff.
not. I can
So
tell you this: you're not typical medicine students, which isn't
yeah,
necessarily something bad. Like being an outsider
yeah,
can be something great. You can kind of
yeah,
embrace
yeah.
that instead.
Possibly, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's kind of just just trying to like figure things out. And I know one of the hard things for everyone is like trying to figure out like what do you want to do with your life. I have a friend. There's a guy named Mike Gabler who's like this guy in America who I talk to him sometimes, and he talks about Kierkegaard's conundrum. Essentially,
Mm-hmm.
like you, for everyone, you have like infinite possibilities of what you want to do, and then it's kind of hard to like find that one lane like you're gonna like do for the rest of your life. When it comes to employment, it's very hard. Like that's why a lot of people don't figure out what they want to do until pretty later in life.
Yeah,
And
sure.
people have regrets.
How old are
People
you now?
change that. I'm 30 now, so yeah. But yeah, I'm kind of older now and stuff. So yeah, it's kind of one of those things where it is kind of trying to figure things out, and
Yeah,
yeah. So I don't
feel you.
know.
I'm
It's
also a
kind of a
little bit older
tricky
than the
thing.
average
Yeah,
in my courses.
yeah,
But
yeah,
what's Kierkegaard's conundrum?
yeah. I don't know. I mean, he just mentioned it to me. He mentioned it to me about a philosopher who talks about. I'm not like he just mentioned it to me. I don't know like a huge amount about it, but just about infinite possibilities about like just like human angst and frustration because
Hmm.
you have like a million lanes you can go to,
Yeah,
and then but you only have like a certain amount of life to live, and then it's like trying to figure out what lane you want to go to, what you want to dedicate your life into doing and things. And yeah, he I just talk to him sometimes. He's kind of I don't know if he's like famous per se. He's on like Instagram. He was on like a TV show called Survivor. It's just like a reality show in America. He won like season 43 or something of Survivor. His
really.
name is Mike Gabler, and yeah, I kind of connected with him on Instagram. Then we kind of talk back and forth, and then we exchange numbers, and then we just like talk on the phone and stuff. He's actually like a heart valve specialist in America. He kind
Hmm.
of focuses on heart valves and
Like the
cardiology.
atrium
Yeah,
and
that
the
stuff. Yeah,
what's it called?
yeah, yeah, yeah. So ventricles,
Yeah,
atrium,
ventricles.
and
Yeah.
all that sort of stuff. So
Huh.
yeah, I do talk to him sometimes about like just like advice and things like that on
Hmm.
what to do and stuff.
So he's
And,
kind of a
like a mentor.
semi-celebrity.
Yeah, he's kind of a semi celebrity probably. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's kind of like a mentor, and he's someone who kind of helps me, and it's a couple other people as well. But yeah, it's always kind of a tricky thing, just trying to figure out like what to do with your life and trying to find motivation. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because like motivation is always like the hardest thing. So yeah,
What do you? I mean, it's a tough question,
yeah.
but what do you think you want in life?
I have no idea. It's like it's all a question mark right now. It's all a big
Hmm.
question mark.
What do you think that's happening now that you're 30 and
I
not
don't know.
earlier?
I just think I'm very like indecisive and like not motivated and stuff. So
I mean,
it's
you got
kind of
very
a tough
far
thing.
in med
Yeah,
school,
I
so you got to
know.
be somewhat motivated.
Yeah, there's something to it. There's something to it, but I don't know. It's kind of I don't know. It's a big question mark, and I don't really have like an answer. So
I mean,
kind
the way
of thinking
I
about
mean,
it.
I'm always thinking about these things too, and I'm like almost
Mm.
having at least a monthly life
Yeah,
crisis,
yeah, yeah,
and it's
yeah,
like, but one thing is for sure, we kind of need money to do what we want, right?
yeah. It's true.
Yeah, I don't know,
It
man.
is expensive. Yeah, you gotta pay for rent and pay, and you're not working and just paying for stuff, and you kind of make like an investment in the future, hoping
Yeah,
it all pays off and stuff in the future.
I mean,
But
I just
yeah,
feel like you have to find something that you kind of enjoy doing,
yeah,
and then there's a different question: is that something that you can make money off? If that's the case, then
hmm
that's great, but that's not always the case. So I think you have to start
yeah,
with finding what you like doing, and
yeah, yeah.
a great way to do that, if you don't know, is like do you know who Casey Neistat is?
I think I've heard. Oh yeah,
Yeah,
I know him. Yeah,
he actually
yeah.
taught me that lesson, like because he worked as a dishwasher for I don't know how many
Mm,
years,
okay.
um, and he said that working with something that you don't enjoy doing is actually great because
Yeah,
every moment of that time you'll be thinking about what you would rather be doing,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
um, which is
It's
so
true.
true. Like, because
hmm
when you're suffering, you're like, oh fuck, I would rather just be doing this instead.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah, I've heard of Casey Neistat. Yeah, yeah, some good advice. It's always like even like Jordan Peterson is into that as well, like just giving it's like self help sort of stuff,
Yeah.
giving advice. But yeah, it's all like a big question mark and trying to just like figure out the future and things like that.
Have you tried
So
Jordan Peterson's future authoring program?
I've heard of it, but I haven't tried it. No.
It's actually for situations just like these. Like you get a more
Yeah.
clear vision of the future. Like
Right. Right.
maybe you want children, maybe you
Right.
want wife, and then you define a goal, and then you kind of you visualize a path towards that goal. So at
Mhm.
least you have something then to aim up to.
Yeah, something to aim up to and stuff. And there's also just also just an awareness of like what are you capable of as well.
Sure.
Can I do this? Can I do that? Is this my psychology, my abilities, my IQ, my interests, my passions? Is it all like
Yeah.
aligned to a certain thing? Because I'm sure a lot of us would like to do all sorts of things, but then it's just like, am I capable of doing it as well? So
Yeah.
there's all sorts of different like questions and stuff like that. So
So, but let's get even deeper, if you don't mind.
yeah, I don't. I'm not going to be too honest personal stuff but like in terms of general stuff maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Because
Yeah,
okay,
yeah,
you can pass or answer
yeah,
as you want, but I think a good question to start with is like, what do you think the meaning of life is? Because
yeah.
that's how you get into the life crisis. You start with something like this doesn't feel right, and then you're like, okay, so what does feel right? And then you
Mhm.
get deeper and deeper, and like, okay, what should I be doing? Why should I do anything?
Yeah, yeah.
And then you're like, then you get to the biggest question, which is
Mhm.
like, what's the meaning of it all?
Yeah, I don't even know. I mean, it's kind of like I guess 42. I don't know. I mean, I don't know what the meaning of life really is.
That's what
Um,
my last guest said.
oh, really? Did he say that?
He actually said 42
Oh, wow. Okay.
from The Hitchhiker's Guide to the
Yeah.
Galaxy. I haven't read that book myself,
Oh,
but
yeah.
I should clearly do it at this
Yeah,
point. Like, the universe is
exactly.
trying to tell me something.
Yeah, exactly.
God damn it, dude.
We're all trying to tell you something.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't know what the meaning of it is. I mean, it seems kind of meaningless. I think on almost it's. I guess if you're kind of not religious, I mean, if you're religious, then it's like some kind of godly reward or punishment or something. But
You're not.
yeah, I'm not. So honestly, I think one of the struggles is that life does seem kind of meaningless. It's kind of like nihilism, kind of like there's like a worthlessness. It's just like we all just die and then we just decompose. I guess I don't know. There is no real worth and stuff.
So
I don't know. It's
why
hard
do
to
you get
say.
out of bed in the mornings?
Yeah, I don't know. There's no real reason. It's almost like you have to because you have like a certain role you have to play. So you have to kind of like play a role, I guess. But
Well, you
there's
don't.
no real.
You don't actually. You can do anything.
Yeah, you can. It's really just like more the practical aspect of like paying rent and affording stuff. So like you
Yeah.
almost have to like work or do stuff for practical reasons.
Yeah.
But in terms of like, is there like an actual like reason to like do all that? Probably not. Like in the long term, probably
But
not.
I think like when you're feeling like lost and confused, I feel like Jordan Peterson's advice is pretty good. Like unless you have a very good reason to deviate from the normal, from what the majority is doing,
Hmm.
then just do what they're doing. Because the chances are that you aren't that different from most people,
Yeah.
unless that becomes evident that you have a very
Mhm.
like special attribute about yourself.
Yeah, yeah, I can see that
Yeah.
for sure. But yeah, I do find Peterson to be pretty helpful.
Yeah. He,
Yeah,
I mean, a lot of people has like accredited him to helping them get out of like very like their
yeah,
most low points in life. If you read like the YouTube comments on his videos,
yeah, yeah.
and you also hear about like the testimonies of people that have come up to him, and he gets like they tell him his life story or their life story rather, how they
Mhm.
turn their life around and things like that. So
Yeah, I think Peterson is
I'm not
almost.
saying your life is
Yeah,
at the
yeah,
low
yeah.
point. I'm just
I think Peterson is almost like a response to like millennial nihilism.
yeah.
I think he's almost like a sort of like a
Internet.
therapy, almost like a therapy for the symptom of like cultural millennial nihilism.
Yeah.
And he's almost like a coping mechanism. Like a lot of people are just like reading him almost as copium for like nihilism. But I don't know. It's kind of hard to say, but it is kind of one of those things where even for me, like yeah, he's a bit of copium, but and I do like him a lot, and I do think he's a pretty smart guy.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, he has his detractors on both sides, but
I hope you enjoyed that clip of the HH podcast. If you want to see another clip, click here down to your left. And if you want to see the whole unedited episode, click down here to your right. And last but not least, if you want to subscribe, you can do so here in the middle. Thank you.